Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Get Rich 101. I'm your host, I'm Sekou Writes. I'm an author, most notably of this book. Here we go. Hack Your Pain Now. Hack Your Pain Now. Check out the book. Shout out to New Thought Media Network for allowing me the space and the opportunity to grow. And remember that what I say to do, take it with a grain of salt. Take it with a grain of salt. So, I'm a little tired today, as you can tell. I'm a little tired today, but that's because I ran and I took too long of a walk, I think. I'm not sure what it was, but I think I should have run and finished closer to home. I don't know. Had some more downtime, I think. But I don't know. I'm here. I'm doing the show. I want to put up a pre-recorded show. I'm here. I'm doing the show. So here we are. Okay, here we go. First thing I got to tell you is that the stock market is jumping. The stock market is jumping. It's jumping in response to the election results. And I just decided to get in at 4 p.m. yesterday. I decided to get in. I was going to grab something. So I just quickly grabbed something at the last minute, and I'm watching it. Now it went way down after what? I don't know. After it went down, after the stock market closed. But now it's like fighting to get back up. So I'm keeping my eye on this. Because I've been trading mostly weekends. So that's been my go-to. And so yeah, I'm trying to keep my eye on this though. So I want to see if it takes off. Also, I gotta check these same app. What's the app's name? The app's name is Webull. Her Webull. Gotta check her Webull because a while ago, did you still have the Trump stock that you bought a long time ago?
It was through Robinhood. It wasn't through Webull.
Oh, okay. So we gotta check on Robinhood.
Everything went to Charles Schwab.
Oh no more. Oh, that's what I was thinking. So she and I purchased Donald J. Trump early on, but we both got out of it. But if we had held on till now, that stock will probably be jumping. That stock will probably be jumping right now. Yeah. Wow. We both could have retired today. So anyway, as you know, President Trump has won. I got the news very late. I got the news this morning. But I tell you this, though. What's interesting to me is that I've been following these stock people. I forget what they're called, but let's just call them stock people. I've been following the stock people, and they have been talking about the fact that they can know who the winner of an election is about a week before the election results. I was like, what? And then they went back. They went all the way back to Obama, beyond Obama. Like they went back, and they've been right every time. And I was like, wow. So I looked for the thing. I couldn't remember what it was. It's like it's related to the S&P, the S&P 500. If the S&P 500 goes to a certain height, look at the cat. There's Nelson. If it goes to a certain height, then it's a certain number. And then, hey, here's Rev Melissa. Let me pull her up. Let me explain what I'm trying to explain. So, hey, Rev Mel.
Hey.
So, Rev Mel, I was trying to explain that I learned this in the stock market this past week. I learned in the stock market that you can tell from the way the stock market moves who the winner of the presidential election is a week before the results.
Oh, really?
I know. I was like, what? And I watched, and they took it back to Obama, like all the different subsequent, um, uh, what do you say? Presidents, all the significant presidents had already been chosen with it. And I was like, oh, I got to find out what it is. And so what it is the S&P 500. It has to be over or under a certain amount.
Uh-huh.
Now, I wasn't moving fast enough to get which they said, but I started watching them after they did it because they did this about a week ago. I started looking at it, and it said that it was going to be Trump, and I was like, nah. But basically, I was prepared for it a week ago because I kept checking and kept saying Trump, and I kept saying, nah, that's not possible. But it's true, and so that's so fascinating that the financial industry, Wall Street, and all of them have already been making notions about their sweet spot.
Wow.
Yeah.
I gotta look that up.
Yeah. Okay.
So it has to be under a certain. I'm reading with it's under a certain amount, which plays a big role in who the next president would be.
Thank you, Free King. Thank you. Yeah, who these funds are. Yeah. So that's interesting, and so I've been playing with it, and like looking at it, seeing it's supposed to be Trump. I was like, nah, it's not gonna be Trump. But yeah, I guess it was. So therefore my initial reaction is dampened because I've already been playing with that as a possible outcome.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Many people are not where you are with this.
Yeah, so I should mention that Rev Mel was late today because she was helping people with the election results.
Yeah. Right? My phone's been on fire all morning.
Really?
Since like early this morning. Not to mention text messages throughout the night. Yeah, people are I'm trying to figure out how I feel.
Okay.
I guess I'm just numb right now. I was with Aria had already left, and Zola goes to school a little later, and Zola was in tears.
What?
Yeah, like the young people, it's not like when we were the young people. They are very much plugged into the political landscape.
Yeah.
And,
Obama shifted that for them. Obama, and then Trump. Yeah. Now they're dialed in.
Yeah, they are 100% dialed in. And yeah, she was very, very, very upset. Very upset.
Very upset. Well, I feel the heaviness on you.
Yeah, because it's like I was very optimistic and hopeful. And I guess the weird thing for me is I'm still am like, and so it doesn't register like what has happened and the fact that I am still optimistic and hopeful.
Wow.
You know?
Yeah.
So yeah. So just, doing my best to hold the space for people who are having a really difficult time with the results. And what that means for this country and, for people who are marginalized and, thinking about Project 2025, all the things that people have been sharing with me.
Yeah. Yeah, an interesting side note, not a very popular side note, I admit, but an interesting side note is that I have, because I've got involved in the stock game,
Mm-hmm.
I've become more detached from what happens in real life. And so now I'm thinking, matter of fact, I was just trying to check B. King's Robinhood because I knew that she and I had bought Donald Trump earlier, like
Mm-hmm.
a long time ago. I was like, oh, maybe this will be up. And now she's already cashed out of hers, and I already cashed out of mine. But imagine if we had them, we would have
Mm-hmm.
had, and see, and that would have been some sort of of a play. Like, you don't want him to be president, right? You want the other person to be president, but it's nice if you can get some payment out of it. Like, you can get some money out of it, and if you have your wits about you, so that's just what I'm thinking.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, I know, but I'm just thinking about how. So there's this guy. He um he he was just a real street thug, right? I mean, tattoos on his face, uh, chains, all these things, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he came out from being um, uh, poor. He came out from being poor and got his whole family moved out of the ghetto, and the whole thing, everything good for them, because he was able to bet on Trump last time. He bet on Trump last time. He bet that something was going to happen with something, but
Mm-hmm.
he bet on Trump, and
Mm-hmm.
it went shot through the roof, and that one thing changed his whole life. His whole life. So I'm just setting the stage that thing can exist. That thing can exist.
I hear that, Sekou. I guess for me, that example you share is how it impacted this individual, and that's part of the issue with America. It's very focused on the individual and not on the collective. And so yeah, yes, there will be some people who are going to benefit from this, but collectively, um, there'll be many more who do not. So that's the that's the rub.
Yeah. So
Yeah, we're not betting on Trump. We're using the opportunity that presents itself to um, to invest based on the current atmosphere.
I think she's asking me about the guy. You asked me about the guy, Fee? The what? Yeah. Okay. So I think she's asking me about the guy. So if you're talking about the guy
Mhm.
who invested, he invested in Donald Trump, whatever the stock is associated with Donald Trump, like his name, and he
Mhm.
bought it. No, he. Oh, wait a minute. No, wait. He bought it. I can't remember. I'm sorry, Fee, but it wasn't the shoes. It was something like an app that he developed, something like that. But something that was funny going. He bet on it. He was like, "Oh, it's going to make a few dollars," and it made a bunch of money, bunch of money. And he sold out, and then he changed everything. So anyway, that's that. Let's lighten our load somehow. Let's lighten our load somehow. Yeah. So I don't know.
Yes, yes. So what we gonna talk
What
about?
are we gonna talk
Because
about?
the election is so present, and
Yeah.
I didn't watch any of it yesterday on purpose. I didn't know what was happening at all day yesterday,
Yeah.
and I was fine with that until I was talking to one of my girlfriends, and she kept like just throwing in, where things were, and I kept saying, I really don't want to know. I want to go to bed
Yeah,
and wake up in the morning, and then I'll find out then,
yeah, yeah. I saw it advertised on the stock train of Twitter. These people that I'm talking about had promoted them on Twitter, and I thought, oh, that's not accurate. But then I saw it promoted on on Amazon Live. Yeah, the
Mhm.
Fire Stick, the Fire Stick.
Yeah,
Yeah, I saw it advertised there. Yeah.
yeah. So it's like, this doesn't change. This doesn't change the things that we need to do to get our financial house in order,
Exactly. Exactly.
right? So
That's what I'm trying to
we
say.
still invest, we still create our emergency
Even
fund.
more so than usual.
Yeah, we still like double down on these
Yeah,
things, you know.
absolutely. Absolutely.
We still, it's not like throw up your hands and say, "Oh, well, forget it. What's the point of all of this?"
Exactly.
It's,
Exactly. Thank you, Mel. That's
that's
what
not
I'm
the
trying to say.
message.
That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, don't just like last time people just like right? And I'm saying, yeah, you can do that, but you can also focus on your money and
Yeah.
scale up ridiculously. Be rich before he comes out of his presidency. Like that's what this kid did. He became rich. Like I mean, a foster kid living at home with his mom, just boom, out the game, out the game. So there's a way. There's a way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And and then how can we be of service more? Like, that's wonderful, but how can we be of service more? How can this benefit the collective is what's percolating for me, because that's extraordinary that the stock market can determine
I
who the
mean, what?
president is going to be.
I
But
mean
when
that.
you think about it, it kind of makes sense, you know? It's
Well,
the
tell me,
American story. It's
what
the
do you mean it's
American
American story?
story.
What do you mean?
Um, uh,
Come on.
the at the forefront of America, it is about we live in a capitalistic, um we're a capitalist society. America is a capitalist system. So it makes sense that the S&P 500, whatever that number is, has a correlation to who the president would be. That makes sense in a capitalistic society.
Mm, that's interesting. That's interesting. I had never dreamed that something existed like this. And to know that people have known about it and been behaving based on it for all these years back, being able to move on the fact that Trump was going to be the next president a week beforehand, like to set up their things in place. I mean, that's why Wall Street stays Wall Street, right? Like they know how to do their do. Like that's
Mhm.
incredible that we can know a week in advance.
Yeah. Now we know for next time. But
Yeah,
I want to know what that number is. Like,
yeah, I know.
I'm going to go down the rabbit hole on this one.
Please, help me, because I was trying to find it because it went by so quickly on their documentary. They were like, oh yeah, if the S&P is this amount, it'll be him, and SP is this amount, it'll be her. And they went so fast, I didn't have a chance to catch it. But yeah, it would be really interesting to know.
So
Really,
this was a documentary?
yeah, it was Tim Sykes, who I've talked about a lot. Tim Sykes was talking to Jack. Jack has become his number one student. Jack used to valet cars. Used to
Mm,
valet cars, right? And he used to study while he was valeting cars.
mm.
And now he's made more money than Tim has. I mean,
Wow.
it's incredible, like way more money. And so they were talking about everything that's going to happen with the election and how they are going to give away. No, not give away, not give away. They are selling a way that you can find out what Tim is doing because Tim is playing. No, Jack. Jack is playing the stock market, and I was like, that's fascinating to me. That's fascinating to me. The only reason I didn't buy it is because I'm not ready yet. Like I don't. I was like going to be like I don't know where to go, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's the only reason. That's the only reason. But they were talking about this, and it's kind of like a. By the way, that the next the next president is chosen by the S&P 500. I was like, wait, what? Like what? And they just talking about it. Just talking about it, in as an aside.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. I wonder why the all these polls don't don't know that. like
But see, like just me and you talking right now will blow people's minds. So like, what? And me being in on that documentary will just it's like it expanded a bit by bit by bit. Mm-hmm. And I think once you realize that is true, then you're like, wow, that's incredible. And then you start to mechanize your response to the world at large a little more. You start to mechanize, like, all right, so if this happens, I'm gonna do this, and if this happens, I'm gonna do that. Mm-hmm. So to mechanize it a bit.
Yeah. It's really interesting because there's a poster that I don't know if it's a woman or a man, but their prediction of who the president will be has been correct for like years. And so a lot of people were tuning in on what this poster was saying. Mm. And they had predicted that Kamala was going to be president. And people gave a lot of credence to that because they had been correct for a lot of elections. Like, I don't think they've ever been wrong. Wow. So it's interesting that, the person was wrong.
Yeah, who's wrong? You're wrong? Oh, no.
Yeah, because Kamala ain't the president.
Wow.
It's the guy. So, yeah.
Interesting.
So I wonder what their comeback is going to be, to explain.
Yeah.
Yeah. To explain it.
Quitting time. Quitting time. Yeah.
I don't know. So let's shift a little. Yeah,
let's shift.
The last time I was on, I was sharing about the emergency fund and the electrician, right?
Oh, right.
And Sekou had asked me, I don't know if it was in the group or in our back
I had so many questions.
One-on-one.
I asked everywhere. Like, what? Let me just say this. Rev Mel escaped me. Like she said, she's been giving me props as a good teacher, but she outstripped me way far and above because I was promoting $1,000 as your emergency fund. $1,000. Mel took it and supersized it and was like, I'm going way beyond that. And so yeah, I'm gonna set it right there.
Yeah, and the reason why I had to supersize it, like 1,000 you have to, I think people need to assess what they need, right? Do a needs assessment. And an emergency fund of $1,000 for my needs is not sufficient.
Just the fact that you even had that thought, Rivermel, is a big thing. Because lots of people will be like, I got my $1,000, that's good. I would not think about the whys and wherefores,
Yeah. Because $1,000 goes like that. Like in an emergency, $1,000.
That's not how I was thinking. That's not how I was thinking. That's not how I was thinking. I think I got up to like 1,700, and I was like, I'm good. I'm chilling. But you You took it way beyond, way beyond.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
my initial goal, and so even this thing that happened with the electricity in the house, um, I'm like, oh, I this goal of 7,500, that even has to increase. Because
7,500, y'all. 7,500. That's all.
as like just the base. That's just like the base. Yes.
Yeah, that freaked
It's
me out.
just the base.
Yeah.
So, God is so good, and this whole situation is just served as another example of blessings. So the electrician is basically, I mean, it's an expensive undertaking, and he's basically given us like the friends and family rate.
Mm.
So we're basically going to pay like half of what it would normally cost.
Wow.
Which is a blessing, right?
Blessing, true blessing.
And then he so I'll give you this example. He kept coming, he had to keep going in and out the house.
Mm.
So he was here for 5 days last week, and he's
Mm.
not finished. He's gonna come back probably when I get back from Egypt. But the things that were dangerous, he took care of those things. So we have a new panel, we have new upgraded breakers. He checked every single outlet. He did all of the things. He traced all of the lines in the house and what's on those lines that's taking power, and rewired things that didn't make sense, because his word was this was a disaster, and he could not believe that our house had not burnt down to the ground. Because it was so bad. And there had been other fires, because he would take off the box, the electrical box, and you could see that there was a fire in there.
Wow.
So anyway, so one day he was coming in and out the house, and every time he came in, I would hear him suck his teeth. He'd be like, right? And I was like, what in the world? Right? Every time he came in and out.
Right.
So the next thing I know, he's taking the door off the hinge.
Wow.
And he's like fixing the door, because the door would stick. So
Right,
you have
right,
to
right.
pull it hard to open it and pull it hard to close it.
Okay,
And this
wait.
apparently,
It's 14 minutes after. So we going to 15 minutes after. So you got 1 minute to like round this out.
okay, let me wrap this up.
Right.
So he fixed the door. So then he says to me, I want you to write down all the little things that need to get fixed in your house.
Yeah.
And I'm going to fix it, and I'm not going to charge you for it.
Wow. Wow.
All the little things.
Wow.
That you just live with,
Okay.
So my point is,
yeah.
Unexpected income. We do this program called the Unexpected Prosperity Income Program.
Okay.
Where whenever you get unexpected income, you tithe 10% to where you're spiritually fed. So you could give it like in service to something or someone, whatever. And so we do that like during Lent, but I do it all year, because I'm like, who don't want some unexpected income all the time?
Right.
So the 50% that we're going to save, because he's only going to charge us half of what he would normally charge, that's unexpected income. So then I take what the savings are, and I tithe 10%. Because of the law of circulation.
Okay.
Keep the blessings circulating. He blessed me, and then I get to bless someone.
Okay. And he blessed you, meaning he's going to charge you under the amount that you have.
He's going to charge me 50% less. Let's say this costs $10,000. He's only going to charge us $5,000. So
and
that other,
enough.
yeah, and that other $5,000 that I would have had to pay
Yes.
is unexpected income because I don't have to
Right.
pay it. I get to
Right.
keep
Right.
it.
Right. Right.
And
Right. Right.
so 10% of that $5,000 I will tithe.
Oh, I see. Wow, that's deep. That's deep. Well, now I still can't get over it. I still can't get over it. But all this time, this woman was making it smooth to make her amount that she saved as an emergency fund bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And then start thinking, maybe I need to make a bigger plan. And now it's all happening. It's all, you know, it's happening.
And we could end with this.
Okay.
It's bigger and bigger and bigger. And the 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 income that I had when I was in corporate America is less now, doing being an entrepreneur. Let's just put it that way. Right. So my income, I was making like $200,000.
Mm,
I did not save for emergency fund
yes.
when I was making $200,000.
Yes, me either.
And now my income right now is significantly less than that.
Yes.
And I have managed to save more.
Yes.
So it has nothing to do with your income.
Okay. That's good for me to hear. That's good for me to hear.
And you say this, Sekou, you just say it in a different way. It has nothing, it's not how much money you have, it's what you do with it, right?
Exactly. It's what you do with the money. Oh,
what
yeah.
you do with it.
What you do with it. What you do with it. Ashe.
All
right.
right.
We're going to let him go. So I'm going to say this. Now is better than perfect. I got a thing right there so I can remember.
I like that.
Now is better than perfect. All right. So
Yes.
We'll see you next time. See you later. Bye.
Bye, everybody.